All right, it's been a while. Working on a basement. Haven't felt like painting at all because I've been painting walls and floors, and it's been a mess. But anyway, want to keep going on my Tzeentch Sorcerer here a little bit. Gonna just lay down a little bit of flesh highlights, maybe a little bit of shadows, and maybe to call it a night from there. See how far I get. Let's see if I can pull this up. Let's see if this works. Did a little bit of working on the cameras and setup and stuff and things. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. See if that works different. Here we go. I decided, flesh-wise, I was going to do some deepkin flesh. I moved the camera, so I have to get used to putting it in a different spot. I'm going to go with this. Mix it with a little bit of white and do a little bit of glazing from there. So I'm just going to shake this up and see what happens. Let's get a little bit. It's going to be hard to see on here because it's white and white and white. But I'm going to try some of this glaze medium I picked up instead of the usual Lamian medium. Why is that not focusing? There we go. So I'm going to try some of that. So I'm going to put a drop of that in. And just drag a little bit of this into there. I'm going to get it pretty transparent. I don't know if you can even see it, but it's kind of where I'm headed. And lay it down, just kind of get in there. I'm going to get some white back in a minute. Going to go ahead and just give it a shot. Still not used to this, the way it hydrates the paint and stuff. That'll happen here sooner or later, I hope. We'll just all over it. Getting a glare on that. I see that. And there's any way to do anything. Anyway, there we go. Get a little bit of that. I'm going to start with feet. So I'm going to bring back some of these highlights up the shins. Man, I'm rusty. My fingers are dirty working on... It's been a day. Been a day. Been a week. Like I said, I want to do this more regularly, but just life keeps getting in the way. I bought a house a few years ago. Finally got around to working on my basement, get a gaming table set up. That's the goal. But we had to do the floor. I built a bar, and it's just been, since I'm a teacher, summers are the time when things get done. And so that's kind of where I've been the last week and a half, 2 weeks, is working on that. And by the time I'm done working, I don't want to do anything. Yeah, it's hard to pick up the color in here. But remember, I'm having my light come from the top straight down, so I want to get the back of these calf muscles more than anything, even though that one's shaded. These will be darkened out later. It's not going to look like much yet. I'm trying to find a way. It's better to do this. Yeah, I zoomed in a bit too. Tell me if you want, you can just let me know. If you can see things okay. It's going to be a bit tough here for a while. I'm trying to watch some other streams and stuff to see how other people do it. I don't know. I don't know how fancy I want to get with overlays and all that, and if this is good enough for anyone. Again, let me know. I'm just still trying to solve the music thing. I'm so used to painting with music on or having some sort of noise in the background, but YouTube, when you save the video, you get busted for licensing, and I don't know how you get around that. I don't know if you can, or if there's a way. If you know, let me know. But it's just driving me nuts to be working this quiet. Or I usually have my Netflix on or something, but if I can try and keep this where we are. Now, there's not a lot of flesh on this guy, which is nice. The hard stuff's going to be that armor and the edging on that armor. Just trying to bring the highlights back out with some deep chem flesh. Probably do a couple passes around. You can even see in there. Like I said in my other video, I got tons of stuff I want to do, but my goal was to get all the Warhammer Quest heroes done. A lofty goal. And I had bought the expansion hero set. I didn't buy those wizards yet or anything, but there's Blood Bowl stuff I want to work on, other bigger things too. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Now that I have more time here, we'll do some building as well. See how those turns out. But the thing with building though, I like building kits, even some of the bigger resin kits, it's hard just camera wise to get things working. In terms of angles, so you can see what's going on, and dust and cleaning and sanding, but we'll see. I want to get there. Since those things are so, I don't know, like 1/6, 1/8 quarter scale, those are tough to get on camera. But we'll see what happens. Just gonna bring these highlights back out in his hand. Showing up. Blend that out, it looks a little too stark. I am liking this wet palette though. For the simple fact that the old one I had, that Masterson's or whatever, had the yellow background. That would throw off my colors when looking at it. And now it's just a lot easier to see things as they really are. I don't like, if you notice I use my shirt sometimes to wipe stuff. Get some more of this color. Don't like how that's sitting in that crack. I don't know if this white is showing up on camera. a little too wet, which is coming with, yeah, it's almost too washy. Keep getting down in that, which I don't want. See, it's pooling there. I don't want that. Pull this down a bit. Try to blend this, get these highlights on the top of the hand. I'm not going to worry about underneath because that would be in shadow. And I'm going to stick with what the wash did, I think. So we'll see what it looks like when it's done. But just trying to stick with what's there. Yeah, I'm liking that. White's a tricky color. Plus all the companies, they're either too chalky, sticky, thin. It's just a weird, like white, yellow, and red are always been the bane of my painting existence. But you gotta make it work. I'm gonna see if we can see what it's doing on the foot. This knuckle to be a little. Thumb's kind of weird because it'd be in shadow because of his chin, but we'll see. Face. Now let me do the other hand. So I want here to be the brightest. this. Get out of there. See that? Okay. Same thing, same finger almost. Here comes Stompy Jamie. I ordered some foam to put in the ceiling. So that it's an old house, so the floors creak like crazy. I like how there's quite a bit of, there's a little bit of blue in this white, so it's a good color for this kind of thing. I really don't, I might get that. Can't see it. It's gonna be hard to get in there. Just right this knuckle a little bit. Some of this finger. And that should be good. All right. For now, till we do a little bit more white into this mix. Let's get his height. His horns. I think I decided I'm going to blend down with a darker color. So it kind of looks like the Tzeentch guy from Warhammer Online, the main bad guy. He had like one horn on the side of his head. I want it to be a little darker. So I'm hitting the top parts here. You can see it. Yeah, you can a little bit. His cheekbones. The chin. Top of his ears. Do the same thing on this side, cheekbone. Up into here on top of his ear. That might be too much. Cut that eye, just hit it with some water. Try and dial it back a little bit. Now, top of his head is going to be the hard part. I'm going to slowly build this up. Really thin sort of glaze. The center should be the whitest, because that would be the top of his head. This hand for a bit while that's drying out. I like that hand. I'm not too sure about this one. Might need just a little. I'm more worried about this side than I am the other, but see if we can drag some of this up in here. Go back down to his legs a little bit. Just at the tops. Hit that with something. A little bit of that blue later. It's not very exciting right now, I know. Just doing flesh. could have been a disaster. I'm trying to dial this back a little bit in there, that temple. I think add a little white to it right now. Spill some water. Great. By white, I mean pallid witch flesh. Did it. I'm just gonna pull a little right there. Did not need that much. And all I'm gonna do is take some of this, like a tiny, tiny bit, and just mix some right here. I don't want this highlight to be too drastic. I want it close. So let's see. That should be good. Keep bumping the cord. Yeah. I'm not going all the way up because some of that would be shadow, but I want to get around these toes. A little bit on there. This knuckle for sure. I think that works. Okay. So gonna hit there. Don't like that. Get rid of some of that. Oh. Taking still just a little bit of that white. Blend. Hitting some of the higher spots. Let's see something. It's weird. This glaze medium kind of matches the color that I need. I keep bumping the cord. Move over to this foot. Again, back here, this is where the light's going to hit. So we want a little highlight there. These I'm going to, I don't know, keep it white, make it a little dark. Yeah, I'll probably make it darker later. Top of the toes. I think that's looking okay. This hand. Bump the camera. So again, this is the highest point of that hand that's pointing, because I was doing direct straight down lighting was the theory. Top part of that should be the brightest. I just got a necklace, which I don't want. Again, you notice I use my shirt as a palette. This shirt is actually worth money. I found it on eBay the other day, and I was like, darn it. I spilled paint on it one day, and so that's it. It's a permanent paint shirt. I'm going to probably, after I get this highlight done, I might stop until I get the armor done and then come back and see what needs to be brightened up or not. Now, I don't want this to be too drastic. See if I can get in there. Just picking up the very, 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 very tops of things there. Top of his bald head. Start to blend that up a little more. I think that's okay. A little more here. Don't like, I don't even know if you can see it. Right in here, this shadow is just too much. knock it back some. I think that looks all right. I don't know. But yeah, that might do it. I don't want to put any highlight there because it's kind of under the other leg. This one is stepping out, so you want a little more here. This hand, you want the top. Again, I didn't touch underneath. That looks okay. That looks okay. Get a little bit in there. Here comes Stompy Jamie. Oh, I need something to raise this up. Rest my hand on. Now the question is going to be, what color do I make those eyes? Tongue has to be, I don't know if you can see his tongue, but it might work better. Decisions. Yeah, I think it has to be purple. I don't want it to match the armor that I want to use, though. I'll do just a dab. Of Lich Purple. It's the oldest one. I don't know if we still make that color, but stick with it. Bit of water. I think I need to zoom the camera in a little more. But I am just gonna, yeah. Can barely even see it. No shakes, no shakes. There. And I'm going to take like a paintbrush tip of that for a tiny highlight in there. Oh, that's too much almost. Yeah. See that? Back with some of this Gilliman blue. For just a second here. Go around that eye. I want to bring some of that. I lost some of the shadow for some reason. Hit underneath. Underneath, how's that looking? I really didn't thin this down, just with some water that was on the palette. It's almost straight out of the bottle. But I feel like some of that was, the depth was lost there. And in his ear. So I think that's a little better. And I said earlier, I gotta bring that. All right. think that's okay. I'm keeping just kind of what happened here. You can see in there. I'm going to highlight that tendon in his neck. I want to just put some shadows around it a bit, which should pop it out a little more. Put some there. There. How long is this video going? 41 minutes? It's boring after a while, I know. So what I think I need to do is almost turn this upside down so that I can bring this color up, but let it kind of fall back down. Get a little bit of I'm going to darken those out for sure. So let me see. Get some Drakenhof Nightshade. But I want the tips to be almost black. So I'll go with this for now. Now normally for something like this you would do a wash brush, but I gotta keep it pretty controlled. And what did I say earlier? I want to get these darker. So I'm going to start it's not working as well as I had hoped. I have to start darker with those. These, let's see. It's kind of wet blending them out. Kind of have to look at it at a different angle here. It's too stark right there. It's And I don't usually have a plan usually, so I kind of just go with what I feel. Like I don't have a formula. Like a lot of guys, I'm doing this first. I'm doing this first. I feel like I'd cheat myself sometimes if I do that. All right. What color? Let me get some Nuln oil. You know, that's kind of a black wash. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Let's see if I can. I might have to do this with paint. The washes just aren't doing what I want. Yeah. Oh well. There's some purple going in there. That's fine. It might actually help a bit. So let me go ahead and mess in a brush. Just gonna use that straight pallid witch finish on his teeth. Just get an idea. Yeah, some of the other things are looking okay. You can see a tooth on that side. I messed that up. Let's see if I can just throw a little bit of the No, I don't know. I don't know what color to do those eyes. A bit of this. Since that dried a bit. Just gonna keep layering this on. Now that I don't like. There's a weird transition there. Just drag some of this back in. If you can see that. So yeah, I'm trying to get the darker tips. It's just going to take a while. I'm going for 53 minutes. I'm going to shoot for an hour here. That way when the video saves over to YouTube, it's not super long, but let's get some of these highlights back in. Oh, I messed up that tooth. Might have been too much. Yep, dial that back. Let's get some of that Nolan oil. That has the purple mixed in with it now. Just hitting the tops of the teeth. Create a bit of a shadow. And I get a little bit there. This is Drakenhof Nightshade or whatever it's called right there. Jamie is stomping around upstairs again. I think she forgot I was streaming. Just darkening up just a little bit of the shadows with that. I don't know if you can see that. That neck tendon's tough. I'm going to hit that with some of my original highlight. It's a little bit. And drag it out of there. Yeah, I think that's looking okay. I got to decide on the eyes. I don't know. I gotta go back and look at the original picture too, maybe. Okay, that's right there actually. Maybe I'll just check it out real fast. I don't know what it is, but it does not want to sit on the tip. I'm torn on these. Kind of like them white, but yeah, I'll leave it there. Yeah? You want to be online? You want to be on camera? No. Well, then that's why the door is closed. I did. Can't talk about it now. All right, that's it. It's been an hour. I think I got the flesh done. I'll probably work a little bit more on these. As we go. This is null oil and purple mixed together. That's actually working quite well. So yeah, I think that was all off camera. So I'll stick with that for a bit. I'll let that dry. And at the tops of this again. So those are actually quite darker than what they are, but a little bit of shadow under here. That's too much. A bit of blue. Let me check real quick. The old white dwarf look. That's how long ago I started on these. What do they do the eyes on this? Kind of like cat eyes. Yellow. Yellow. That'll work. Let's do that just to set them in place. So I'm going to start with towel light ochre just as a base. I want to see what it looks like. That's where I'm going to go. Start with that. Just get a little tiny bit. I don't need a lot. Too much. My brush was too wet. And I'm just going to block these eyes in to see what it looks like. That actually looks good, I think. A lot of times people, in the past, well, I don't want to say people, even me, when I first started, made my pupils way too big. I think that works. Come on, focus. Yeah, I think that totally works. So, just gonna hit it again. Make sure I got all of the round. Yeah, that totally works. Okay. Now, I should have probably painted them black first and then put yellow pieces on each side instead of trying to paint a strip down the center, but I'm not sure if I want it to look like cat eyes or not. Let's see. Just want to do a little highlight on the top of each one with, I'm going to use Avalanche Sunset, just a brighter yellow. Put it here. It's not going to look like much. Now, didn't change much, but for this, I almost kind of want to just do like a pinpoint, really pinpoint like pupil on them. The top one needs a little more. I'm going to get some of this white. It's not white, pallid witch flesh. And yeah, that shows up a little better. That's what I want. All right. Now, I got paints everywhere. Drop of black. Now, if I can do this, be a Christmas miracle. I want. That's what I'm using. These are the broken toed brushes. I kind of like them. Except this one brush has a weird bristle in it that kind of gets strange, but for little tiny things sometimes you need to. So I built it up so there's like a little drop on the end. That's too much. This isn't going to work. Painted that off center and I kind of like it, so I'm gonna make it look like he's looking. That didn't work. Gonna have to clean that up. I don't know if I can. So I did there. I'm kind of going to the side, but I got too much black on this one. Way too much. It already dried. So here's how I'm going to fix that. I'm going to get some of this. And more. Gilliman blue. Really knock it down. Actually, let's get some of the original Deepkin. I still want to mix in. I'm going to mix in some of that blue. I don't know if it's even on camera. Nope. To the side. So kind of over here, and I don't have to zoom, but all I really need to do, it's not off center, it's kind of, yeah, that'll fix it. So that kind of works. So he's kind of looking off to the side, like, I like that. Instead of just looking straight forward. It's a little bit of, makes it a little more dynamic. That top one is a little, it's gonna be tough. Grab a little bit of the yellow. There. I think that's what I'm going for. Looks pretty good. All right. Gonna stop there. We're actually real fast. Let's do another. Let's just get some of this black and mix it with that Gilliman. Blend it up. Yeah, that works better. I think what I'll do, I'll keep doing that off camera and bring that down a little bit. Because it's going to dry in between a little more. That might work good on the... Man, I'm having trouble with these. To the point of why I just want to leave them. Yeah, just gonna keep tapping that on there. That's actually working. A little more black. Oh, don't like it on this side. Don't like that. I'm gonna think of something else. Don't like the way it's looking. Looks good there. No, that's too much. Maybe I do the opposite. Make them white. That's almost where I want it, I think. hit this one more time. I'm going to call it. Sometimes stepping back and looking is the best thing you can do. Yep, that. Now I'm just going straight. Kill him. Too much in the center. There. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. And gonna come back hopefully tomorrow if I get some time. Continue on this. I feel like this needs more. All right, I'm gonna stop there. I know I've said that like 10 times, but I keep seeing things that need to be. All right. Yeah, gonna stop. Thanks. I'll see you next time. If you stuck around, I will talk to you later.